Hello everybody. Well, one of the purposes in creating this channel was to bring you images and video of things that are truly abandoned and lost and forgotten here in Japan. But also, I think I need to refine it a little bit. I want to show you things also that are on their way out, capture them, images of things before they're gone. And here's something that qualifies under that mark. I'm up in the mountains in a forest, and down below there's a cemetery, a mountain cemetery, that serves a village that is not too far away. You can actually walk to it from here. Now, cemeteries are not disappearing in Japan, but what is disappearing are the communities in these villages. And though people are still tending to these graves, within another generation, certainly, well, I'd say in this next 20 or 30 years from now, there will be no one left to care for these. Everyone will move away. Well, the people that are pretty much gone already, just a few oldsters remaining in the village. The people from the cities come up at New Year's and at other significant times to care for the graves and visit the oldsters who live in the hills here. But other than that, these graves are basically uncared for. And I have found cemeteries and graves that are completely uncared for. They're just going back to nature, so to speak. A cemetery can go back to nature, well, I guess in the most profound sense, certainly can. Each of these, in the past, Japanese people were interred as a corpse, as we do in the West. But in the modern era, they cremate their deceased. And this is a tomb, a family tomb, more than one individual. You can count at least a number of individuals. Each of these plaques represents one person. The way it works is that I was told that when someone dies, one of these plaques is made, and the family will remember that individual. Will remember that individual until the plaque basically becomes unreadable, like these in the back, and falls to pieces. And then they don't remember that person necessarily, or hold funeral services at regular intervals for them. The Japanese do that at a prescribed number of years in the Buddhist tradition. So the person who recently died in the plaque in the front, that's probably hinoki wood, beautiful wood. The person who died there will have, at intervals like 5 years or so, they'll have services. I have found in some of these cemeteries stacks of the old plaques that are unreadable, just basically discarded, thrown away. And it's not disrespectful to do that. Those people have simply moved on. Their time has passed. Their families don't remember them. Now it's January 2nd, so families have been up to clean the graves or add flowers. You can see that these are not so fresh. The grave hasn't been that clean. It's probably just some old man or woman living in the village who came over to put some flowers on there. The families that come up from the cities will do a better job typically, like this. This is a pretty significant family grave. Look at these, are very nice with the New Year's dressing on them as well. See that? Shimenowa prayer ropes, which is from the Shinto tradition of all things. Quite a number of plaques there being remembered. Lanterns. These older stones here, look at this one, it's just a rock. This is probably from before the modern era, maybe from the Meiji period or even the Edo period, and may represent stones, individual graves, not family graves. These are old stones here in the back, go way back. Sometimes you'll find statues as well, these monuments, again, dressed up. There's a bottle of Pocari Sweat. I think it's Pocari Sweat. Over here as well, lots of this. This reads like a family legacy, all of the names of the individuals who are interred here. These are abandoned graves over here. These graves are simply, no one is caring for them anymore at all. This one has fallen over. I wonder if it would be disrespectful for me to stand it up as a foreigner. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to stand this grave up. There you go. I hope I'm not being disrespectful in doing so, but, and here's there's a little, somebody put the Shimenowa, so they're not completely forgotten. Someone actually dropped one here for the ancestors who are outside of memory. And I've righted that stone. I hope I didn't do something bad. Here's a Jizo statue. Jizo, the patron saint of lots of stuff. There's somebody's cup. Sometimes they'll have items that the person enjoyed during their life associated with the statue. So this person may have enjoyed sake, a variety of cups there. Look at that. Grandpa's cane. That's in the back where the wooden plaques would go. Grandpa's cane is there. Grandpa's cane, I don't know. Wow. I've never seen that. Wow. More graves over here that have been forgotten. This would be the hole, I suspect, where the ashes would go. which these are all probably graves here that are forgotten, gone away. More back here. This is a more modern one. Now, given another generation or so, these will all be basically no longer remembered. See how they kind of stack the old ones in the back here? You can still read those, but they're basically no longer, like I was saying before, they're outside the pale of memory, so to speak, if I can use that term. More back here, lots of graves back here. Let's take a look at this one first, this nice one. Very well cared for, with more ancestors in the back. Back here, look at these. Look at this, is an upside down incense burner there. And a Buddhist altar candle holder there. Oh, lots of graves all through here. Very interesting. This might be the match for that one there. I'm going fast. I feel awkward being in this place. I don't like trespassing on people's private areas, and the graveyard does feel private to me. But I do want to execute on my mission to capture. Look at that, the stones all arranged there. I do want to share these things with you before they're gone. And now there's another trail that leads out of the cemetery on this side, high up in the mountains. Very few people remaining. In 30 years, the stragglers who are still remaining in the villages will be gone. These homes will be empty. They will go back to the woods. This road will likely be closed. The area only keeps this road. This is a very high hazardous mountain road subject to landslides. They only keep it open because there's a few people living up here. After they're gone, they'll probably close the road. No access to the cemetery, and it will become smothered by the forest, encompassed by the forest. Maybe that's the proper end, proper and fitting end. Certainly would be the way I'd want it. Well, save that for another story. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.